Let's go.
He will not turn down a fight.
Careful, they're trading in the mid after some recent mishaps early on. Forcing the fray on the other side. Marco, just see what he can do to temper that.
Whoa.
Light took a lot of damage from Kyle, Haji, and Ogwin.
You gotta acknowledge the fact that the Kalia helps Haji stay, you know?
Yeah. Gold Crab, if I'm not... Yeah, went to Super Marco. Oh!
Oh my god, Light gets taken down! Suddenly, from out of nowhere, with no battle spells used
But
from
because of how Super Marco handled it, Domicat had to go back. But Domicat will make it here.
In comes Ogwin, better air strike from Haji, repositions, it's still Edward! How the hell did he get that? Takes down Kyle as well, and they push back the rest of the Falcons to the nest. Aurora in the snap wins.
He took it, and I'm looking for the retry. Where'd the retry go?
Yeah, it looked like both retries came out too early. There was still a lot of health at one point. I think it was around 700, 800.
In comes Light, taking care of Flat. Gets the kill.
Yeah, so this is Edward takes a lot of gold though up top.
Oh, a lot of damage on the Kyle. He will be able to call in Barbiel. Save himself from the damage. Light is dropping. Flap gets taken down off camera. Open right in the face of Yue gets popped. Top lane.
So far, in the bottom side of the map, though.
Can Ogwin get the perfect tsunami slam? They will give up the shields on the tier 1. And in comes the rest of them. Dominicite survives, but only for a second longer. He gets taken down by Haji. Down goes Light as well. Falcons dogpile.
So be able to get the push out in the bot. Oh, Kyle?
He does still have no ult actually. It's cooled down. It's off of it. They do come on top of him. And they get Light. In comes Flap. AOG coming in, stopping the exit. Feather air strike underneath tier 2. A lot of damage put onto the front lines of Aurora once more. Edward will survive off of the exit, the dash through the Landshaker.
Actually, speaking, where's the catch gonna happen here?
There it is.
There it is.
Gets caught out. Flickers back. The answer from Flap, wailing away, torrent form, looking for some crowd control, keeping them underneath tier 2. AOG plus ball freeze is set. A lot of crowd control coming in. Down goes Flap. Where's the damage? Feather air strike plus Kyle coming through, taking down Light. One more kill for Falcons. Edward goes down. They take down Kyle. Demon Kite jumps in. That holy shield pops.
Wasn't in lane as often. He was still getting the gold through the rest of the team.
Uh-oh. They're going to try to bear down on the Falcons, even underneath tier 2. AOG, Valkyrie's Ascent, cascading ults coming through. Better air strike. Flap very low. Flap gets taken down by Demon Kite. They do trade for Light. 1 for 1 so far. Super Marco wailing away at Demon Kite, popping that poisons. They're happy with the turret.
Yeah, it seems as much as you can do to try to...
Hey man, if Falcon somehow solves this, that's crazy. We're gonna have to break down how they do.
Falcons last season was the only one to come back from a 13,000 gold deficit.
That's true. That's also true.
They were the only loss of Aurora, so never count them out. Lord here, quickly taken by the Northern Lights. No dice because they will take it, and the answer, they pop Edward first. Then comes the rest of Aurora after Haji's better air strike. They jump down on the Dominicite. Dominicite underneath 3. Then Flap falls. Light still wailing away. Kyle at half health does not have the Phantom Sting. Gets taken down by Yue. Dominicite finds him, serving up a kill to Yue. Double kill. More stacks for the mid lane wizard. Only loss of Aurora, so never count them out. Lord here, quickly taken by the Northern Lights. No dice because they will take it, and the answer, they pop Edward first. Then comes the rest of Aurora after Haji's better air strike. They jump down on the Dominicite. Dominicite underneath 3. Then Flap falls. Light still wailing away. Kyle at half health does not have the Phantom Sting. Gets taken down by Yue. Dominicite finds him, serving up a kill to Yue. Double kill. More stacks.
Side. Dominicite. So if you're Flap caught in between that. Who do you pick? Who do you target?
Oh my
it's so hard.
God. Haji gets caught. And they're in the base. Aurora have a Lord marching through. That's all she wrote. Game 1 goes to Aurora. 1 in season 17.
All right. What do you think about that? Wasn't even in our thought process.
Weirdly enough, I actually like very proud.
He always hit. This one always hits.
Oh! Hey! Forced the flicker on out. A lot of damage from Haji. Ogwin going hunting, jumps in, and takes down Light. Passive hits.
That was a beast. It's been a while since I've heard that, by the way. I love that sticker again.
Oh.
So, here we go.
Falcons starting up quick and strong. Flap. Face checking into Demon Kite. In comes the rest of them. They pop Kite. The celebrity is down. The retribution on Kyle is good. He's on his steed. And they might take down Light. The answer is yes, as Haji helps Ogwin escape. Oh my lord.
Edward.
Flat man-to-man defense on Edward. Edward versus 2. Haji gets a double.
Yeah. Get some
Yeah. And naturally, Kalea does have more harder crowd control built into her kit.
like this.
Oh,
Right there.
forcing Demon Kite back. Traction Pulse throwing the flap, forcing him to use that torrent form. And he is going to help provide it underneath this turtle. Oh my lord! It's Edward who takes it. Flap goes down. Marco takes Edward. The trade. Demon Kite backing up. The flicker forward. Marco gets a double. Falcons smell blood. UFOs. Haji gets him. 4 for 1. Take the turtle. We're happy with the kills.
I think I'm starting to realize now. Oh, wait!
Tsunami Slam.
Spike of the Khalid, right? The very early on Desert Tornadoes. That's gone.
Edward jumps in. Tsunami Slam from out of turtle range. And a couple of ults thrown out. Falcons get a kill.
Out of it.
Yep. And they do find Haji. Haji
fight.
compromised. But Ogwin is trying to protect his mid laner. He gets blasted. He got blowed up. And in comes Kyle from the flank. Probably in the Phantom Stampede, but not enough of a damage output from them. Super Marco gets a face full of Appraiser's Wrath, and they trade out 1 for 1.
For the meantime, it seems like Aurora wants to do something with this Lord.
Oh, the flicker and the Tsunami Slam coming in. Ogwin compromises Demon Kite, and as if the Lord was with them, they find one another. Kyle takes Edward.
No.
They take down Light as well. Ogwin catching all the damage as Ogwin falls. Yue gets a kill. Kyle secures the Lord, and Aurora are backing on out of here. Delta split.
The Lord.
That's right.
Because that was like 10% gone from Domeng, a healthy amount also from Demon Kite, and they just said, that's enough advantage for us. Let's go ahead and dive and initiate, and it was the perfect timing. Ouch! Oh!
My Lord! Super Marco!
Tap just came out of nowhere with the damage.
He won a 7 Dominic Kite, and another Tsunami Slam! Demon Kite underneath Super Marco! Appraiser's Wrath, not enough, he still falls! Right in the back line, gets pummeled! Super Marco gets a double! Slap gets Dominic Kite, 1 more for Falcons as Edward falls. It's just Yue left. Haji traded out for the base, gonna be up next. Falcons, they feel the air underneath their wings. It's just Yue left to defend. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to tell you, we are going all the way.
Did not expect that.
You hear the crowd just go,
That is
whoa.
an odd response. Yeah, no, the MPL arena
Everyone was like, whoa.
was just sullen, actually.
Again, Super Marco just loves everything happening right now.
Oh.
Falcons going on the invade.
Edward trying to cut through that flank. There's a consecration from Kyle. They jump on, take down Edward, and they're not done. They continue forward. Light taking a lot of damage. Yue from the right side. Kyle put those edges on one. They take out Demon Kite. They're trying to take down Light. They cross through, juggling damage from the turret.
Oh my god.
Oh,
what the hell?
To take it. A lot of damage, and he goes like that, like a glowing wand.
Right there, right there.
And even also items in the presence for Dominic, who will be able to join this. But then, yeah, they're playing careful because of the Divine Judgment.
Okay. There's the traction pulse thrown out. Turtle at a 10th of its health. Light through the back line, trying to compromise one of the members of Falcons. Haji gets taken down. They pop him. Flap here, jumping on a Demon Kite. Demon Kite takes him out. Dominic Kite with the Valkyrie's Descent. Light gets dismantled like Super Marco. Yue firing away. Super Marco does not have enough damage to stop Dominic Kite, and Ogwin is going to get taken down. Dominic Kite finds him.
Yeah, the items are...
Game items, 5v5. It's tough for Falcons to fight. It's tough for Haji especially.
Woo! Haj goes underneath. Knows how to use it. Edward wins it. But there's going to be an eventual trade here as Flap tries to finish what Edward started. So
Chip's there.
Oh, Dominic Kite. Valkyrie descent away. Light takes a face full of Light wheels as he goes down. Can Ogwin chase him? All right, Dakshan Foster out by Yue already. Light checking that Y brush. No one present. Dominic Kite threatening this push. Are you going to trade it for the turtle? In comes Light, shortcut through. Kyle secures. The rest of Aurora come on through. And they put so much pressure on Demon Kite. Kyle gets the kill. And another one jumps in. Super Marco takes down Light. Aurora have gotten scattered throughout this fight, pushing into the bottom lane tier 1. Yue fighting for his life alongside Edward. And Falcons claw down and take out 4 members. No one falls on their side. They have to hit the DJ. It's actually more of a deterrent. Like, okay, you get too close, we will hit you with the DJ. And that's how bad it is. Oh, Flap jumps on in, forcing a defensive Valkyrie's descent and flap flicker to the right. Ogwen looking for one.
He's jumping in.
With an infernal pursuit. A shortcut calling in Edward. Calling in Demon Knight. And look at the right side. Edward pushing Marco away. Tier 1 up top gets pushed. But Kyle is in the middle of 4 members. It's a little too much even for Yue to survive. Concentration. Flicker forward from Yue. Kyle still alive. But only for so much longer. Yue gets a stack on his Sky Piercer.
What?
Forced away Haji and Super Marco.
All right,
no
sign of
Kyle.
life from Aurora, no retribution. They blitz, the Lord, Flap takes it down 1, but they trade for 2. Dominic Kite and Demon Kite now right falls, and one more. Edward goes. 4 for the Lord.
Super Marco alive? I
Yeah.
don't know if that's just by intention or by design. Look at this
Oh,
though.
Divine Judgment on the light gets the call in the shortcut. In comes the rest of Aurora, and they clash onto the backline, forcing back Dominic Kite. Edward
split
falls. They take down the portal. You ain't going nowhere. 2 for free.
There's no more shielding in the turret. They send back Flap.
Oh, Lord, this is the point of no return. Retribution by Kyle is good. Ogwen very low. Gets a Divine Judgment. Light falls. Shortcut has already been pressed, though, as Edward flickers forward. Oh, there is an anticipatory flicker from Haji as well. Dodges it. It's just a dash. Demon Kite gets taken down here. Double kill for Super Marco as Yue has Kyle on him. In comes Haji. Finally uses the flicker. And the damage has been done. It's too
What is
little.
back? Demon Cat in 4.
Okay, base race as the Lord is still alive.
Light!
They're already in the base.
Light!
Light through the back line. There's a DJ. There's a Valkyrie's descent. Ogwen gets popped here. Damage from Super Marco. Down goes Haji. Ogwen back it out. Edward takes out Super Marco. Flap and the rest of them are falling. Flap pushes in. Kyle's still alive. And in comes Kyle. In comes Flap. They're still checking range. Dominic Kite with a shutdown. 3 for 1. Rora still alive. And Dominic Kite keeping that bottom lane pressure. And oh my god, the blitz from Falcons.
It's too
Where did
fast.
it come from? Falcons are gonna get away with this. Falcons secure off of Haji. And now Light comes in. Closes the flicker. Down goes Demon Kite. 1 man off from Rora. And the rest of them collapse. Valkyrie's descent coming through. Down goes Marco. Yuma gets the kill. Traded off for. Still alive. All 4 members.
Oh,
Light
Haji!
goes down. Haji dealing a lot of damage. Down goes Dominic Kite. 3 for 1 the trade. Ogwen's immortality popped. Flap jumped onto Edward. There's still a Lord coming through in mid. Yue is very low. Kyle is chasing him down. Yue far away from home.
Uh-oh.
This might be
Falcons
it.
might just run it through mid.
Edward, he's still here. He's still trying to keep him at bay. He's holding on,
Yue
but only
just
for long.
recalled, and they're dealing a lot of damage between Yue and Edward. Edward gonna get his immortality popped here. Haji is stolen away. A
Winter
bravest
Crown.
fighter. Winter Crown freezing.
Demon Cat
still
back.
alive. Demon Kite is alive, and the Lord at a 4th of its health.
Oh, they can defend.
Aurora might still be alive here. They don't have a place to counter. Falcons have to back off.
They burst.
That's Haji answering back. Lord here at a 10th of its health. Kyle and Demon Kite holding on to this retribution. Who's gonna get it? In collapses all of the teams now. Kyle gets it secure off of the shortcut. Rora come through. Super Marco getting pressured here by Dominic Kite. And Dominic Kite finds him. Pocket immortality. Super Marco comes through. That might have been it. Rora thrown all that they could over at Super Marco. Demon Kite on him. Look at the back line. Haji dealing out of damage on Edward. Haji chasing Light. The Lord through mid. Demon Kite may have gone in too deep. They pop his immortality, and they'll take him down in short notice. Flap takes him 1 for none, plus the Lord.
Aurora that last fight, hence why Aurora was lacking damage. Here's Haji with a chip ult.
And now, Dominic Kite defensive use of the Valkyrie's Descent. Lord still alive. Divine Judgment on Edward. Down goes the Lapu Lapu. 3 defenders left. Marco's here. The base is under attack. Falcons are here.